Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So I want to make a quick no-nonsense video about why Litecoin still exists. So Litecoin is one of those OG cryptocurrencies that's been around for a really long time, and it's not really quite certain to a lot of newcomers why this cryptocurrency still exists, especially when you've got other alternatives, and especially because the price doesn't move so much. The question is, what does it actually do? And why is it that people are still buying this coin? Why is it actually still a thing? So if you can see the price here, it's the price is not so glamorous. You know, it doesn't really smash all-time highs. It's not really known for breaking records. However, it's still, as you can see here, number 21 on CoinGecko or CoinMarketCap. It's still got like a market cap of 5.3 billion. If the price action isn't so good, why are people still buying this token? Well, one of the reasons why it's continued to stay in, it had such an amount of prominence over the years, even though the price action isn't so sexy, is ultimately because of the volume. So you can see the volume here is actually pretty good. So for those who aren't familiar with trading volume, this is basically just the amount of times it's bought and sold. And volume is a really important part of the prominence of a crypto, because ultimately it's really important for people to be buying and selling the crypto for it to have relevance. So the question is, why are people buying it and selling it at all? Now, it's not certain that there are a lot of people that are simply buying it because they want to hold it in order to make some kind of gains of it. Litecoin is not really the coin you'd want to buy if you wanted to have a moonshot or something like that. That might have been the case a while ago, but that time has long gone. Litecoin is not the thing you would actually do to make it 10 or 100x. The reason why people buy Litecoin is because from the very get-go, Litecoin was one of those coins that you could use as an alternative to Bitcoin to escape the rather injurious fees that you would incur every time you wanted to send Bitcoin from point A to point B. Now, the fees on Bitcoin have actually dramatically improved over the years. So back in the day, if you wanted to send Bitcoin from some place to another place, it tended to cost a lot of money, and so the fees were high. It took a long time, and it can still be like that to this day. Up until Bitcoin Lightning has made that a lot better, but frequently one of the biggest, one of the most frequent exchanges that would be made would be sending crypto from one exchange to another exchange. So what traders would frequently do is, in order to save fees on Bitcoin, they would sell their Bitcoin on the spot exchange in exchange for Litecoin. They would then send that Litecoin to another exchange, and then they would then turn that Litecoin back into Bitcoin on that other exchange. And the reason why is because Litecoin is incredibly cheap and very quick to send fees, unlike Bitcoin. And ultimately, the fees that would ultimately be paid instead of paying the Bitcoin fees for the withdrawal and the sending of the transactions, the fees that would be paid instead would be the Litecoin fees, which were practically negligible, and maybe the spot trading fees to turn the Bitcoin into Litecoin and then turn the Litecoin back into Bitcoin. And overall, those fees were much less than what it would cost to send Bitcoin from point A to point B. So this has been like the primary use case of Litecoin since its inception. As I mentioned, no one's really in Litecoin for the moonbags, but people would still want to do this to this day, where they would sell their Bitcoin in exchange for Litecoin, and then Litecoin would then be sent to another exchange, and then the Litecoin would then be turned back into Bitcoin. So a lot of the trading volume would just be that, people buying and selling Litecoin. Very few people are holding it. They're just buying, selling, buying, selling, buying, selling, simply to save on Bitcoin fees. And another use case that's common is because Litecoin is a very low fee. It has very low fee transactions, very quick. Increasingly, there are a lot of online merchants that accept cryptocurrency as a payment. There are a lot of good, very good crypto payment processes that have come about, and you can now buy things online with crypto. And most of these crypto payment processes will allow you to pay in any cryptocurrency you want, including Bitcoin. But people won't use Bitcoin simply because of the fact that it takes too long and it's too expensive, even in this day and age. And frequently, most of them won't allow Bitcoin Lightning as a payment method. You've got a number of other payment methods. You know, frequently when you're dealing in the P2P markets, people like to use stablecoins like USDT, but the USDT will be traded on a number of other blockchains, like, you know, TRC20, where, you know, the fees are less than $1. However, most payment processors don't have the ability to change the blockchain that USDT is traded on. So frequently it would revert to, you know, the original blockchain that USDT is traded on, which is ERC20, Ethereum's blockchain. And Ethereum still got fairly high gas fees. I mean, it's definitely come down in time. So as a result, if people aren't going to trade Bitcoin and they're not going to trade stable coins like, you know, USDT, and they're not going to trade Ethereum, then the next best default cryptocurrency to trade with is actually Litecoin. And there are a few others like Bitcoin Cash, but Litecoin is probably the most used out of all the cryptocurrencies to buy things online. Again, it's cheap and it's quick. Now, Litecoin was like a top 5 altcoin for, like, you know, up until like almost 2020. Like, as we've seen though, it's actually gone down in the rankings over time. People are still buying it en masse, they're selling it en masse, but it's going down in prominence. And I think part of this is because of the fact we've got Bitcoin Lightning, you know, increasingly making it more simple to send Bitcoin in various ways. You've also got, you know, the Bitcoin transaction fees. They're going down because of upgrades like SegWit. You know, also more exchanges have access to Bitcoin Lightning. So if you wanted to send like a good example I'll give you is, like, you know, I like to use OKX because it's got Bitcoin Lightning. Binance has also got Bitcoin Lightning. So if you just want to send your funds, your Bitcoin funds, from Binance to OKX or vice versa, you could just do so via Bitcoin Lightning. So that's bound to take a big chunk out of the Litecoin volume. Then you've got the proliferation of these cheap stablecoin transactions, like these blockchains that are much cheaper than ERC20. Like, so if you want to send USDT to someone, you're very likely to use TRC20. You can use Solana, and increasingly Tonchain. That's something you should look up if you want to trade stable coins in a very cheap manner. That now costs like $0 on like things like Bybit or an OKX. So they basically cost nothing. So the original use case that Litecoin had as being a way to lower transaction fees, it's going down. It's still really good, but more people are just opting for other options like, you know, just Bitcoin Lightning, etc., etc. And eventually these payment processors are probably going to add the options for Bitcoin Lightning and these other blockchains to allow stablecoin transactions to be done via TRC20, etc., etc. But that being said, Litecoin is still used very much so. It's a very valuable way of, it's a very big way of trading still, and that's why it exists. So thanks a lot for watching this very quick, simple video. If you like this channel, make sure to subscribe. And if you want to buy crypto without KYC, make sure to use my referral links in the description down below. You can use my referral links to buy crypto without KYC on a non-custodial cryptocurrency trading platform. That's local CoinSwap and HODL. These are the two best exchanges that you can use to buy cryptocurrency without KYC. And it's, your funds are safe because your funds aren't actually stored on the platform itself. Unlike other centralized exchanges like Binance, Bybit, if those exchanges shut down or if they were hacked, all your funds would be gone. That's not the case with local CoinSwap or HODL. Your funds will be safe because it's non-custodial, which means your funds are on your own wallet and you send funds directly to the person you're trading with on the platform, and it goes directly to them. That's the idea of peer-to-peer trading, which in my opinion is the best way of trading. And if you like this channel, make sure to subscribe. I've got plenty of videos about how to debank, how to use peer-to-peer cryptocurrency exchanges, and I just give general no-nonsense advice about crypto. So thanks a lot for watching, guys, and I'll see you next time.